Welcome to the Social Life Podcast. I'm Deanna Miller. That's Nate Imhoff. We do social media and stuff. Things.
And stuff.
And stuff.
Social and stuff.
Social and stuff. It started with social, and then we added stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because people are like, do you design websites?
Do you do this? Do you do
I was
that?
like,
do you do video?
Yeah, I do in my mind. What? Oh, you mean on the actual internet? No. No. In my mind, I'm like, that'd be such a cool website. Yeah. No. Oh, you mean actually, no, build it? Nah. That's that guy.
That's this guy.
That's that guy. He does all that stuff.
So sort of, we're going to be talking sort of about websites, like websites that come to your email box.
Yeah. So we're talking today. Last time we talked about the Facebook and
the Googles
and the Google AdWords, and that was exciting. We had minimal tangents, but a few. So it was good. It was a good time. Ow. Ouch.
You got a hangnail?
Hangnail. Anyway, so today we're talking about the top 10 tips for bringing Harmoney to your email and social marketing. Harmoney.
Bam.
Yeah. Oh, ow.
Hey,
I'm like a danger over here.
We're rough.
I know.
We haven't drunk today.
I know. I haven't had
no
anything.
mimosas.
I think
drunk.
I think maybe audio gurus spiked the coffee. Maybe. There's some essential oils of some kind in there.
He's telling me his wife doesn't buy soap.
I think that's brilliant.
She makes all her soap.
I'd like to shop at the store that she shops at, which is her making all my stuff.
I know, right? Just show up with a basket.
Hi, I need shampoo and body wash and dishwasher soap, please. No, I think that's cool. I think that's so cool. I think that kind of stuff is awesome. I use all the stuff that has no chemicals and all that nonsense in it anyway, because that kind of stuff scares me.
Scary.
It's scary. Well, I mean, it's scary. I'm hippie in that way. But so we're talking about bringing Harmoney to your email and social marketing. One of the things that I get asked a lot about is drip email marketing campaigns. How do I get it started? What do I do with it? How many times should I send an email? How many times should I send an email to the same person? How do I segment my list? How do I make a lot of noise during a podcast? So
anyone know the effects? Anyone?
So it's really, really important to remember that marketing, it means a lot more than just posting.
Right.
It means, especially when you're combining the two, email marketing and social marketing, you want to make sure that you're not just sending random emails. You want to make sure that you have a strategy. You want to have a whole fluid concept design of what you're looking to do, what you're looking to achieve, and how you're going to measure those goals once you're done with all the fun stuff.
Yes.
All right. That's it. That's all I got today.
All right.
Okay.
It's been a good show. Talk to you later.
Anyway, so go email. But you can use your social media channels in conjunction with your email marketing to bring clients into your social sphere. And, I've talked about in the past on the trainings that I do, your sphere of influence and helping them, asking them to help you, and then helping them as a reciprocal relationship to build social networks, get people to follow and share whatever it is you're doing or sharing. And email marketing and social media is a really good way to build that social sphere of influence that you have and to keep people interested in what you're doing. So they're going back to your Facebook page or they're looking at your Twitter feed to see what you're sharing and what you're doing. And when they get an email from you, they're excited about it to see what's new and fresh and squeaky on your side of the table. So I had a lot of people, I posted this in one of the Facebook groups that I manage, and I asked people, what do you want to talk about? What should I talk about? What should Nate and I cover? And email marketing was a hot topic that came up. Hot topic.
Not the one where you get band shirts and stuff.
But that place is still really cool.
Yeah, I think so.
I remember the first time I walked into a Hot Topic.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. You're not going to add to that?
There was a really cute boy in the store.
Oh, that's why.
And I followed him in, and it was the end of my mom's beautiful world for me. It was like, boy with lots of piercings and tattoos. He's really cute. Let's follow him.
Okay.
Keep following him. And then my mom was like, no, she was really cool with buying me all the stuff I wanted. So, but email marketing is a great way to reach your audience and keep people informed about what you're doing. So I always say, start with picking an email provider. We use MailChimp. And it's not just because they have the really cute little, troll at the login page. Have you looked at the login page? It's a little monkey troll. You haven't paid attention.
I know it's a monkey, but I didn't know it was a troll. What do you mean?
No. I'm going to go to
Oh, you mean when it's upside down?
And then it's got the butt. And it's right now it's got jazz hands. And it's showing you. God, it's so cute. Go to MailChimp.com. You just have to. But so we use MailChimp because it's easy. And they have great customer service. Every time I have a question, I send them an email. They respond really fast. I think they integrated live chat now, too. I don't remember.
As a service?
I think so.
That's new.
Or maybe that was Instapage.
Probably Instapage. I don't think
maybe.
it's MailChimp.
All right, probably not then. Never mind. But you should do that, MailChimp, just in case you're listening. They have really good templates. So if you don't have a designer or design S in your team, they have templates that are easy to modify for your purposes. You can find really cool stuff. And then
their base ones are better than you could design one traditionally, but it doesn't flex and as responsive as theirs. Their stuff is very responsive if you use their templates.
Yeah, no, but then I also like their pre-designed ones too. Like the newsletter,
the ones you can just drag
real
and drop.
estate.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Some of those, if you're totally inspirationally challenged,
right, and
you're just I don't want to send something that's just blocks of stuff.
Right.
You can pick one of those and just change out the colors and the pictures and
right.
stuff, and they're not bad. I mean, not to knock Constant Contact, but maybe I will. It's just so rigid, and I don't like it. And it's just
we use MailChimp for everything. It's great.
My head against the wall. But so I like MailChimp a lot, and it integrates with pretty much everything. So if you're using any kind of third-party landing page tool like Entreport, Leads Pages, Instapage. It integrates with those. I
can't think of anything. If you don't integrate with MailChimp, I'm not going to use you.
You're kind of a loser.
There's almost nothing that doesn't integrate with it.
Right.
So.
But yeah. But so it's simple. It's easy to use. MailChimp. Anyway, if I say it more, maybe.
I don't think so.
No. Okay. So then the next thing you want to decide on, or before you even pick a mail service provider, is what social media channels are you going to focus on? I always say the best are the basics. So Facebook and Twitter are a solid start to get you going. You can build your social foundation off of that. So once you've mastered or feel comfortable with Facebook and Twitter, and Facebook and Twitter integrate with MailChimp, go figure. So you can actually share your emails from MailChimp on your social channels.
Right.
And it makes it easy for you to then get that content to everybody. And I like the way that MailChimp shares it because it looks like a social share versus I've seen some people share Constant Contact stuff. And this is just a pet peeve of mine, isn't it? It looks like a PDF that's squished.
Well, they actually let you
sideways.
They actually let you go and say, hey, I'm going to put it on Twitter and I want it to say this.
Right.
And on Facebook, you can do this. And then if you're going to share it, it actually lets you do a social card attached to it before you launch it. So you can add an image and you can add,
Hashtag pro tip. Hashtag pro tip.
So they've really upped their game as far as integrating with social media, where it used to be they were different. You could put it on Twitter, but you didn't have any control over it. So it didn't look as
But I think they have.
Purposeful.
I think that what I like about MailChimp is they're one of those service providers that listens to their users.
Right.
And if people have, I think they have a forum where you can post I want it to do this,
right.
And then they'll say okay, this is a priority, and the users, the way they prioritize it, it's just kind of how Buffer does it as well.
Right.
If a user has a thing they want to see happen, and you click on or vote for whatever, then they prioritize it based on what's important to the users.
Right.
So I like that when you have a third-party service that is customer-oriented.
The stats are incredible, too. And then that's not even using the pro. Just the basic free ones will tell you clicks, tell you everything.
I totally dig the reporting.
Right. It'll tell you even what country they're, what state.
No, absolutely. I think that's funny. Not funny. I think it's awesome because then people are like, well, how do you know? And it's like, well, let me show you this cool little map.
Right.
And so definitely.
MailChimp Pro gives you, they're hella expensive, but if mail is your main thing, that probably is a good investment. It's like $200 a month, but it gives you incredible tools.
Coupon codes. Maybe there's coupon codes for that one, and you can get like money off it or something. I don't know. But so you definitely want to make sure that you've got Facebook and Twitter to start. Those are my recommendations for pretty much everybody, unless your business is something that's more visual. You've got different, but I can always make suggestions. If you're a brick and mortar, of course, don't forget to claim your Google My Business. I will say that till I'm blue in the face, because then, I work with people who didn't even realize. They're like, oh, but my business shows up on Google. Yes, your business will show up on Google if you have a registered address with your business name attached to it. But you definitely want to make sure that you're claiming your Google My Business. And if you haven't, shame on you. All right, so let's talk about email and social. The thing is in the past, it's been one of those, the thought process has been that they're two separate things.
Right.
And that there's email marketing and then there's social marketing. And really, in terms of marketing, everything is social.
All media is social.
All media is social. Hashtag all media is social. But so it's really important to remember that all of your marketing is social marketing. Everything involves your audience and the end user and the ultimate goal of bringing your products and services to the people who are looking for them. So I just have some quick stats to share. Email stats. So over 4.35 billion email accounts have been created.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of email accounts. I think probably like most of those are mine though. I have like multiple.
I got a good portion of those too.
So we're like half and half, and then there's everybody else maybe. By 20,
you count all my forwards. I got a ton of forwards.
I know. Well,
like every website has an admin at and it forwards to me.
And it forwards. By 2020, there will be roughly 5.6 billion email accounts. Email provides one of the highest returns on investments of all marketing efforts. And it has a growth of more than 26% every year. So you want to think about, if you're not doing email marketing, a lot of people kind of, I don't want to say like they disregard it, but they're intimidated by it maybe, or it seems like it's a lot of extra effort, or they're like, I don't have a list. So
I've
got a lot. So the best place to grow your list when you're actually looking to grow your list is to turn to social. There's 1.5 billion users on Facebook.
That's a lot.
320 million users on Twitter, and 100 million users on LinkedIn. So all of those fancy users, if you're using Facebook advertising, Twitter advertising, LinkedIn advertising, you can connect those ads to a landing page that gathers email information to build your list. And then you can create a drip email marketing campaign that gives them products and services at a discount, or gives them access to specials or unique service options. So you want to use the social media and the email hand in hand to do better, consistent marketing.
Indeed.
Oh, this is going to be one of those shows where you just sit there and
well, I think
one-word answers.
If you're combining social media and MailChimp, they have that tool, Social Pro. I think it's an extra $1 or $2, but it'll take your list and put it against the social media so you can actually work together with it.
Oh. Well, and then there's also with Facebook, you can do retargeting using your MailChimp list.
You just blew my mind.
Yeah. So if you're not aware, when you're creating a Facebook advertisement, there's an option to do retargeting. And there's different options. And there's an option you can click on to either upload an Excel spreadsheet of your list, or copy and paste it, or you can just connect your MailChimp account.
Boom.
Booyah. Sorry, I just dropped the mic over here, but I won't drop it because I don't want Audio Guru to get mad. They're like, you broke my mic.
He's answering emails. He's not even paying
and
attention.
I have to pay him stuff. So marketers in the next year to 2 years plan to increase their productivity using email, and they also plan to invest more time and information in social, according to this survey, which is super cool. But we want to talk about bringing your email marketing and all that fancy social media together. So we've got some tips, hot tips.
Pro tips.
Hot tips, pro tips.
Pound pro tips.
Hashtag. Pound?
Pound.
What is this, like 2005?
Yeah.
Hi, Grandma. Why do they put that pound sign in front of everything?
I hate when people say hashtag.
But it's hashtag. It's not pound.
I guess. The pound sign.
I didn't do a social
like
media training on adding the pound tag to your Facebook. The pound sign.
It's the pound sign on a phone.
Yeah, but it's not called a pound tag. It's a hashtag.
I disagree.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to be looking for a new creative director soon.
I think both are acceptable.
No,
the Audio Guru agrees with me.
Oh my God. That's your backup? You're using Audio Guru as your social backup for this one. Wow. Okay. So I quit. You guys do the show. Oh, my Lanta. Wow.
All right, you weigh in on on Twitter.
So, hey, can we turn off his mic over there? Anyway. So one of the first things you want to do is make sure in your emails that you're adding your social icons and encouraging people to find you on your social media channels. So Twitter, Facebook. I say start with Twitter and Facebook and then add all the other things.
But you got to figure out who your audience, your generation you're trying to reach.
No, it doesn't matter. You want to just add your social media icons.
Right, but if you want to go to Instagram or whatever, you got to...
No.
She disagrees.
No.
Don't listen to her. No. Also, pound. Pound pro tip.
Oh my gosh. If you already have built all the other channels, let's say you've got a Google Plus and you've got an Instagram, you want to drive traffic to your channels. So let's say you're sending your email list and you haven't yet vetted the people on the list, so you're not exactly sure what they're likely to use or what their favorites are. You just want to add your social media channels. If you're just starting and all you have is Facebook and Twitter, then just put those. But encourage people to go and follow you on those channels, and don't listen to anything that Nate says.
You wonder why I just shake my head?
Okay, so go back to
open your mouth. You get beat over here.
Okay, so the next tip on the list is you want to offer incentives to share and connect. So highlight deals or promotions that you might be offering on social media. You want to give your subscribers a clear goal to get them to connect with you on social media. So make sure that you're adding those social icons to your email and make it so that they're easy to find. In MailChimp, you can move them around to the top or the bottom or the middle or wherever you want them. And that's why I like it so much. And also offer incentives is the second thing to share and connect. We're the Social Life Podcast. I'm going to go smack Nate around a little bit, get him back in line because he's like, I don't know, maybe he was drinking during a break of some sort. But we will be back with the Social Life Podcast. Go have something to drink, wine, beer,
Irish coffee,
shots, whatever it is you like. And if you're driving, pull over, and we'll be right back. Maybe with Nate, maybe not.
My parents run the best social media company around. Go to starksocial.com today.
Social Life Podcast. I'm Deanna Miller. Nate Imhoff is there.
I'm still here.
Being that guy. We're talking about email marketing and social media marketing, and we've got your top 10 tips for combining your email and social marketing to make sure that you are getting the most of your stuff.
Most bang for your buck.
So we've already talked about adding your social icons to email. We've talked about picking a good email provider. We like MailChimp because it's good and it's easy, and they have a lot of free stuff that you can take advantage of. So the first tip we offered was to add your social icons to your emails. And then the second thing we talked about was offering incentives to share and connect. So one of the things that we do that's an incentive is we have it's a pop-up, right? The 50 pro tips thing.
Yeah.
Okay. But then we send that out via MailChimp.
Right.
With some stuff.
Use automated. Try to use the automation.
Automated automation.
Yeah. Whatever. The automation.
Automated automation. You heard it here first, people. It's automated automation. The next thing you want to do is use hashtags. Encourage people to use your branded hashtags. Now, don't just pick random hashtags like hashtag social media, because that's
hashtag pound.
Okay. So the next show, when we come back, Nate may be erased from the website, and if he's not here, it's likely that
so
I'm
hates that
interviewing people, because Nate does everything against what I train. Like if any of you are friends with him on the Facebook, you probably know my pain.
What?
Yeah, he's like, I have all these rules, and he's like, F the rules. I'm a rebel. I just do whatever I want. So you want to use branded hashtags in your emails to encourage people to find you or give them an easy way to find you on Facebook. And why this is helpful is sometimes let's say you have a brand or a business that's like crazy inundated. Like there's just a huge market of, locksmiths was the example I used. Right. And I keep doing this. It's like, I'm sorry. I need a break. But so let's say you're a locksmith and you come up with a really cool branded hashtag for your business. So you can encourage people to use your cool branded hashtag. Like, for example, if you search the Social Life podcast, you're likely to find our stuff on Facebook and Instagram that's related to the podcast. Except for the most recent picture that Nate shared because he didn't use a hashtag.
I didn't use a hashtag.
And he didn't capitalize the social life. So, hashtag pet peeves.
I was trying to listen to you. I can't do two things at once.
You can't do one thing.
We discussed this the last episode.
You can't do one thing at once. So you want to make sure that your hashtags are branded, that they're brand specific.
Yeah, but if you're local, you want to make sure you put your local city as a hashtag. Like in our case, Santa Clarita would be a good one But
that's in a regular post. I'm talking about in this example that I have here, they have a branded hashtag.
Right.
And it's cool because it's like you've got the little doggy and then it says, hashtag Barber Dogs. And that's cool because it'll make it easier for people to find that. And then if you have an image, you can link to that social channel. You can link to your Facebook. You can link to the Twitter. And you can encourage people to follow you and follow your posts. Drive newsletter signups. So on your social media, you can post about signing up for the newsletter. You can sign up for, you can do a pop-up like we do. What's the tool that you like for pop-ups?
Opt-in Monster.
Do we have have a link we can share?
We do.
All right.
It'll be in the show notes.
So it'll be in the show notes. And if I forget, just, throw something at me. Don't throw something at your computer at me because you don't want to break your computer. So if your followers are liking your content and you can encourage them, you could do a Facebook ad about having them follow your newsletter and sign up here. And that's a great way to build your list is encouraging people to sign up for a newsletter or get more information about this program, that program. The next tip runs into running targeted ads for people who click your emails. So, there's lots of ways that you can retarget. And that's one of the best ways to engage with people who may have visited your website, but then they clicked away for some reason and they went someplace else. You can run retargeted ads for people who click on your emails, but maybe they don't.
They showed interest, but then maybe something dragged them away.
Right. Like
you could follow up with that person and say,
right. Like,
hey,
their mimosa was empty.
Yeah, right.
And they needed.
We told them to go in the trunk. They went in the trunk. They were in the middle of clicking on your email.
And then the keys were still in the ignition. And it's like, what the heck? How do I get back into my car? Well, if you watch enough CSI, you know how to open your trunk.
Got it. Anyways, so yes, you can set up follow-up emails based on any activities that are in commercial emails.
Right. So you do there's Nate knows a lot more about this than I do because he's like,
I'm a wizard.
Delved. That's words. Anyway, the automation. So the email automation, you can set up all kinds of different parameters, right?
Right.
So that people are, if they click on something, then they might get a separate set of emails because
maybe in 2 days you send them a coupon code if they didn't buy.
Right. So there's all kinds of stuff you can do with email marketing that keeps things in the social realm. So I know that there's a lot of people who over email.
Yes.
A lot of people who over email.
A certain congressman.
You had to go there. We're not even going to say it. Nope.
We're not even going to say it.
Not even going to say it. But I get there's certain businesses.
Audio Guru knows. He's shaking his head over there.
That's why I unsubscribed.
Yeah.
But so there's a lot of businesses and social media tools. I'll sign up for free trials or I'll sign up to learn more. And then the next thing I know, I've got an email in my inbox every morning.
Oh.
And it's like, shh, go away. So don't be crazy about your automation, but be thoughtful about your automation and run retargeted ads accordingly on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever you can take that email list of engaged people and you can, and then you can advertise specifically to the things they might have been interested in.
Right.
Maybe they signed up for your newsletter, they got the newsletter and you had a special offer. And if they clicked on it, then, you're like, oh, they clicked on it, but they didn't buy.
Right.
And then you can set something up. MailChimp has a lot of cool trainings and stuff, right? Videos and things like that.
Their support is really detailed. I mean, it's easy to follow. It's a lot easier. Google could take a good lesson from MailChimp. make things a lot more simple. I mean, Google, it's like they write like nerds. MailChimp writes like regular people.
Well, that's it's like you want to market to your client. How your client might be interested, not what you think about your product.
Right.
Because, we think we're awesome, but you're trying to convince other people that you're awesome.
Right.
And you want to think about how or what or why those types of things would draw them into hanging out with you and buying your stuff. You can do all kinds of stuff with collecting email addresses via social media. So Twitter has created these really neat lead generation cards that you can set up. And this is a great way to encourage people to sign up. And if you're thinking about it, if you're an online business, an e-commerce type of solution, or all of your goods and services, transactions or whatever are done online, Twitter is a great tool for gathering information. What I really, really, really like about it is that you're hitting different time zones. So you can actually set up in Twitter when you want specific ads to run during specific times. So you could run a set, like we talked in the last webinar about A/B testing of ads.
Yeah. Well, MailChimp lets you do A/B as well.
Right. So
for subject line, from who's it from, and then also time. So I believe are the three, but you can do up to as many as you want, really.
See, I think that's cool, and I think that when you're testing different types of advertising, like Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn, you really have to do A/B testing to see what
you do.
First off, different audiences, like we talked about the generation gap. Different audiences might like different stuff,
right?
But they all might like your product.
Right.
But if you present it to them in different ways, you might get more hits on certain things from different age groups or different locations. You have to think very thoughtfully about those things.
Bingo.
Bingo was his name.
Bingo bango.
Okay, so far we've talked about adding your social icons. Think about offering incentives to share and connect with your brand on social media. Use branded hashtags in your images and things that you're doing. Create thoughtful ways for people to be able to search for you and link to that stuff. Offer newsletter signups. Newsletters are a great way to introduce your current products or new products, or offer discounts on services to people who might be interested, but they haven't yet, pulled the cord, or jump off the boat.
It's sort of like sharks. They just sort of circle around your product for a while.
Right.
So you're trying to get them to actually bite.
Right.
You put in your, it's like fishing. Just think about it as fishing.
Right.
Sometimes the fish aren't hungry then.
Right. Or they are hungry and they're just being selective.
Right.
Yeah. You can run retargeted ads for people who click on your emails. And you can also do targeted automation. You can send targeted tweets and posts and things to certain people. So that's important to remember when you're using your social marketing. So all of the data that you're gathering through your email list, you can use it to target on social media. And that's really, really important to remember. You can also collect emails via social media. So you can do, like, the new thing that I'm like super jacked about is the Facebook form ads, because that's like so cool. It doesn't take people away from Facebook. So when you click on it, they're not going to a landing page, which some people hate.
Right.
They're intimidated by the landing page because it's like, oh, this is just a sales page. But I want more information, but blah. The next thing you want to think about, we've kind of already touched on that, is automating your marketing. So I don't know what that is. Oh my God. We're being attacked.
Some kind of weird sound outside the studio.
So you want to, whatever automation you put together, you want to make sure that you are, looking at the data that you're getting. So one of the things that I know Nate does is whenever we send out an email marketing campaign, whether it's for us or for one of our clients, you always end up wanting to look at the data. The data and the way that people behave and act when you're sending out an email campaign and also a social media campaign. You want to look at that data and use it to create, change, do things differently.
Yes.
So you want to use that to help you mold your next steps.
Right. You want to make notes of your audience.
Right. So like,
one indicator would be if a bunch of people unsubscribe, probably shouldn't figure out what you did to make those people mad.
Right. And I think it's funny because like, we did an email marketing campaign for new classes for a coaching client, a client that's a coach. And I did like a whole email marketing thing. And as soon as we started to do video, he started to get emails of like, how do I get on your video email list? Somebody forwarded it to me. So that is something that his audience likes.
Right.
So when you're looking at your data, you might want to A/B test sending different types of things within the email. Maybe you use a different image, maybe you use different text, maybe you use different headlines, subject, what have you. So you want to automate your marketing and figure out how you can best use like MailChimp's automation to take a load off of you.
Take a load off. Well, because like you don't sit there and go like, oh, automation, go. Right. It's automated. Yeah, you want to be smart about the way you initiate those things, and then you don't want to abuse that sort of thing. We've already talked about that. I mean, I wouldn't send an email more than once a week on a drip campaign.
Right.
I mean, unless that they're like you're doing a drip campaign, like they're a new client, and you're sending out, for the next, an email a day for this week of a new feature or webinar or something that's related to your product.
Or if it's like educational.
Right.
Like they just signed up and you're like, hey, did you know this product can do X, Y, and Z?
Correct.
So that type of thing is acceptable But it's not like, oh, you signed up for my newsletter, so now I'm going to send you.
I'm just going to continually bombard you.
Did you know we do this? Did you know we do this? That kind of stuff gets old and people don't like it.
They're going to unsubscribe.
Yeah, they're going to, exactly.
You're too annoying, you know. You wake up in the morning, you got 50 emails. I mean,
oh my gosh.
If you're in that 50 emails continually, they're going to be like, you know what? One less email.
And it's funny because like then there's, so Twitter is a good example of this. So like I obviously have a bunch of Twitter accounts that I manage, but for us, we have the Twitter. And so like I want to get updates on different things like people retweet or people share. But then Twitter started just sending me random stuff like, oh, you have a $10 credit for advertising. Did you know this? Did you read this blog? So I started just deleting them. And now all their stuff goes into spam. And that's annoying because I kind of want some of the stuff, but I don't want all of the stuff. So
some of the stuff,
not all of the things. Next on our list is make sure that we've kind of talked about this a little bit already, but retargeting, make a retargeting campaign to re-engage people. Maybe they clicked on your list. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they clicked on your newsletter and they just haven't done anything else with it. Maybe they gave you their email address, but they just wanted the newsletter and you're not really sure how to get them to engage to buy your products and services. There's a lot of different things you can do with re-engaging, especially on Facebook and Twitter with their paid advertising services. You can also use that information to create an entire campaign of dark ads and things like that on Facebook, which is really, really cool.
Dark ads sounds so bad.
It sounds really sinister, but it's really, really cool. And I did a whole training.
Sounds like political, like dark money.
Dark ads.
Get dark money out of politics. This is dark ads out of Facebook.
Remember to make everything as mobile friendly as possible, please.
Everyone is on mobile.
I read all of my emails and stuff on my mobile device. Like first thing in the morning, that's where I'm doing it. I'm not like, yawn, go to my... So if it doesn't fit in the mobile and it's not something that I can I probably will either delete it unless it's something I'm like, oh, I want to read this, then I'll go back to it later. But you want to make sure that everything is mobile friendly. There's even one of the cool things I've been testing out, new landing page technology, and Instapage has a whole thing where you can go from desktop, what it looks like on your desktop, to what it looks like on your mobile. And you can move things around to make it more mobile friendly, the landing pages that you're creating. So that's neat. So you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of whatever email technology you're using and make sure that it's mobile friendly. I know there's a lot of email service providers like CRMs that have automated email stuff and it's not mobile friendly. And that's sad.
Got to be mobile friendly.
Be mobile friendly.
Don't make people do the little pinch and
oh God, I hate that so much.
To try to figure out what you're saying. Probably just delete your message.
Right. That's what I do. If I can't see it, I'm just like, peace.
Unsubscribe.
And then test again. The thing that you're going to find out is that testing will give you a lot of insight into your list and into your audience, and it'll help you to segment your email list properly so you can then advertise to them and create good social content. So you can do different subject lines, you can do different concepts within the email, you can do video, you can do text, you can do image. So just make sure that you're doing split testing or A/B testing, as I get caught up in calling it. So that can influence the way you design your email moving forward for your different email segments. So it really gets a lot more in depth than what we talked about today in terms of email marketing. But you want to make sure that you're following along, and we're running out of time because this is a big list. You want to make sure that you're following along with the information or the data that you're getting from your list, because that's the way your users want to be communicated with.
Right.
Okay, so social icons, connect and share with offers, drive newsletter signups, run targeted ads, collect email addresses. I'll do a whole write-up in the show notes so you guys can get all this content and information. But if you have questions about email automation or marketing, you can always send us questions. We're happy to reply back and answer them. And if you need solutions for that, we can always help you figure that stuff out too. If you haven't yet subscribed, we're thesociallifepodcast.com. Go subscribe, find us on social media, facebook.com/StarkSocial. We're on Instagram and Twitter @StarkSocial. And I think that's it. Go finish your alcohol. Or if it's non-alcoholic, that's cool too.
Indeed.
All right, then.
I think we're good. That's a wrap.
Whew. Thanks for sticking with us through that one. That was a long one.
Email is amazing.
Email is amazing.
MailChimp. MailChimp.
And with that, we leave you. Email is amazing. Thanks so much for joining us again on the Social Life Podcast. I'm Deanna. He's Nate. We do stuff.
Websites and stuff.
Social and stuff. We will, we won't see you, but you'll hear us next time on the Social Life Podcast.
Okay, lady. I love you. Bye-bye.